The auction house was alive with noise. The smell of exotic spices and the hum of alien languages filled the air like static before a storm. Buyers in flowing robes, jeweled armor, and even high-ranking military coats gathered around the raised platform, where caged items glittered under the golden lights. Some cages held rare beasts from distant moons. Others displayed weapons humming with dangerous energy. Loren shifted uneasily in his seat near the back. He wasn't supposed to be here. He was just a trader, a man who scoured wrecked ships for salvage to sell. But a friend had told him this particular auction might have something special, a relic from the old empire, something so valuable it could change his life. When the auctioneer, a squat alien with 3 eyes and a booming voice, announced Lot 49, recovered from the ruins of Zithra Prime, Loren leaned forward, heart pounding. He had no idea what it was. He only knew he needed it. The cover was still over the cage, metal hooks keeping the object or creature hidden. Bidding starts at 5,000 credits. The auctioneer barked. 5,000. That was nearly everything Loren had managed to save over 3 years. But he didn't hesitate. He raised his hand. Others joined in. 6,000. 7. 8. The numbers climbed like wildfire. And yet, something inside Loren whispered that it was worth it. Finally, after what felt like hours, the gavel slammed down. Sold. To the human in the back. Loren exhaled in relief. He'd won. Whatever treasure was in that cage was his. And then the auctioneer snapped his fingers. The cover came off. Loren froze. Inside the cage was not a weapon, not a relic. It was a girl. Her skin shimmered faintly like starlight, a pale lavender hue with faint glowing markings that trailed like constellations along her arms. Her silver hair tumbled around her shoulders, and her eyes, large, luminous, a deep shade of violet, locked on his. She couldn't have been older than 20. Her wrists were bound in glowing cuffs, and she knelt in the cage with quiet dignity, though her trembling hands betrayed her fear. Loren shot to his feet. Wait, what is this? I thought. The lot you purchased, the auctioneer said smoothly. One specimen from Zithra Prime. Female. Healthy. Quite rare since the planet's fall. Specimen? Loren's voice rose, anger flaring. She's a person. The crowd chuckled. Some looked at him like he was naive. Others shook their heads, whispering about foolish humans and their soft hearts. But Loren barely heard them, because the girl was staring at him. And though she said nothing, her eyes seemed to plead. Please, help me. Asterisk, asterisk. They gave him the key. They told him the purchase was final. Loren walked out the auction house with the girl following silently behind, chains clinking softly. He felt sick. He had wanted treasure. Not this. She walked with strange grace despite the shackles, her head held high, though she kept stealing glances at him like she wasn't sure whether to trust him. Finally, outside in the cool night air, Loren stopped. Look, he said, voice low. I didn't know. I thought you were an artifact or something. I don't own people. She tilted her head, studying him carefully, then spoke for the first time. Her voice was soft, musical, with an accent unlike any he'd heard. Then why buy me? Loren ran a hand through his hair. I didn't know. If I'd known they were selling, he stopped, shaking his head. It doesn't matter. I'll set you free. I swear it. She blinked slowly, as if testing his words. Free? Yes, Loren said firmly. I'm not like them. For a moment, she just stared at him. Then, so faintly he almost missed it, she whispered, Thank you. But it wasn't so simple. The cuffs were locked with alien tech. The key they gave him only released the chains from the auction platform. It didn't remove the bindings themselves. And worse, he overheard 2 armed buyers talking as they left. The human got the Zithran girl. Won't keep her long. Someone will kill him for her. Loren's blood ran cold. They wanted her back. He didn't know why, didn't care. He just knew he couldn't let that happen. They reached a small ship on the outskirts of the city by midnight. It wasn't much, just a patched-up freighter barely holding together, but it had a lock cabin and a hyperdrive that sometimes worked. She followed him up the ramp cautiously, her eyes scanning everything. What's your name? Loren asked as he keyed in the launch codes. She hesitated before answering. Allura. Allura, he repeated. I'm Loren. She nodded slightly, but her shoulders were tense, like she expected betrayal any moment. As the ship lifted off, Loren tried again. Do you have somewhere safe I can take you? Family? Friends? Her expression darkened. My people gone. Zithra burned. Her voice caught, and for the first time, the mask of calm cracked. I am last. Loren's chest tightened. An entire people gone? He didn't push her. But as stars streaked past the ship's windows, he knew one thing. Whatever trouble he'd stepped into, it was bigger than he imagined. They didn't make it far. A bounty ship appeared on their tail before they cleared the system. Give us the girl. A harsh voice crackled over the comms. And we let you live. Loren cursed, hands flying over the controls. Allura stood frozen, eyes wide. He glanced at her. Do you know them? She shook her head quickly. They serve the ones who destroyed my world. They want me dead. Dead. Not captured. Dead. Loren felt a surge of anger. She had done nothing wrong. Hang on, he growled. The freighter wasn't built for combat, but Loren knew how to fly. He darted through asteroid fields, engines screaming, weaving between rocks as blasts from the bounty ship lit up the darkness. Finally, with a desperate jump to hyperspace, they lost him. For now. Afterward, in the silence of the cabin, Allura sat curled in the corner, knees drawn to her chest. Loren approached slowly, crouching nearby. Hey, you okay? She looked at him, eyes shimmering faintly in the dim light. You risked your life for me. Yeah, well, Loren said gruffly, I don't like bullies. For the first time, a tiny smile goes across her face. It changed everything. Over the next days, as they hopped between systems, she spoke more. She told him about Zithra, about a world of crystal seas and twin suns, about people who sang to the stars, about the invaders who came with fire and metal, burning everything. She had been a priestess in training, she said, keeper of old knowledge. They fear what I know, she murmured one night as they drifted between galaxies. Secrets of the old empire. They think if I die, then knowledge dies too. Lauren understood then. She wasn't just a survivor. She was the key to something far bigger. When they finally reached a neutral colony where he hoped to remove her shackles, trouble caught up again. Bounty hunters cornered them in the streets. Blaster fire lit up the air. Lauren fought like a man possessed, dragging Illyra through narrow alleys, heart pounding as they barely made it back to the ship. But as they lifted off once more, Illyra pressed a trembling hand to his arm. Why? She whispered. Why do you keep helping me? Lauren met her gaze. Because he couldn't stop thinking about her smile. Because every time she looked at him with those violet eyes, something inside him shifted. Because she deserved a chance to live. Because you deserve to be free, he said softly. And I'm not letting them take that from you. It took 3 more jumps, 2 bribes, and 1 desperate fight before they finally found someone who could break the shackles. When the cuffs fell away, Illyra stared at her wrists in silence. Then she turned to Lauren. Slowly, hesitantly, she reached for his hand. Her fingers were warm. Thank you, she whispered. And though Lauren knew the war wasn't over, that the people who burned her world would keep coming, he also knew this was just the beginning. Because he wasn't letting her face it alone. Not anymore.